Hey, okay, everything's working. Goodness gracious, we had to delay the stream today because there were so many things not working, and I was stressed that when I went to a different screen that things wouldn't work. But what's good, everyone? OJ here. Everything is apparently working today. Let's go. Shout outs. Thank you guys so much for being here today, man. It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. I want to first and foremost say thank you to I Walked My Bulba. I Walked My Bulba with the $5. And says, hello, mister, can you please play the Zelda 2 town theme? Sure, I Walked My Bulba. You got it. Zelda 2 town theme. All right, so thank you so much for being here, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the 5. That does make you the top stream ninja and stream Hokage already. So before we even officially started, you got that $5 in. Thank you for the support. Oh, well, never mind. Fairy Tiger with the Toby Buster. Let's go. Yo, my voice is still, you got that Monday morning voice. Let's go. Fairy Tiger with the $15 says, need some Mario Galaxy. All right, Fairy Tiger, you got it, man. Fairy Tiger becomes the top stream ninja and stream Hokage with that $15. Thank you so much, Fairy Tiger. I do appreciate your support. You guys put those Viking emotes in the chat. You know the deal, the Viking Nation, the Toby Blaster. That's the original, man. Back when everything was a Toby Blaster. Remember when like every single notification was like a Toby Blaster? Yo, thank you so much for the support, Fairy Tiger. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the 15. Makes you the top stream stream Hokage. Also, guys, we're trying to get 2 Elite Ninja for today. We're at 31 for the session. I don't know what that means, but we're trying to get 2 Elite Ninja. So if you haven't hit that join button, you haven't become a tune in yet, make sure you do so. Hit that join button, get into our Discord, get into our Mario Kart. All sorts of cool stuff that we do play. We are playing Mario Kart today. We are playing some Mario Kart today. So if you want to get into the action, make sure you become an Elite Ninja. We got a $2 tier for you guys to get in on that and our Discord and our Smash Brothers tournaments and everything else that we do. So yeah, become an Elite Ninja. Join up. Link in the description or !Elite. Either one of those two can help you out there. All right. So we had a video up on the channel as well. I'll go to shout outs in just a bit, guys. We had a video up on the channel. I'm talking about Astral Chain and talk about a bunch of other stuff as well. So yeah, make sure you guys check out that video. It's up. Remember, guys, videos are up every single day in the morning. I was shocked to see how many people on Twitter that are regular viewers of mine did not see my Persona 5 Strikers video and are arguing with me on why I think it's not a regular Warriors video. Yet I already made, Warriors game. Yet I already made a video talking about why it's not. So I'm shocked to see how many people were sitting there and arguing with me as if I haven't already explained myself a million times in various different videos that I've done on Persona 5 Strikers. So the fact that I have to say it again now to people that come to my stream all the time, or people that are here all the time, is a bit worrying. A bit worrying. Let's get some Mario Galaxy. A bit worrying, but that's okay. We'll break it down here. Mario Galaxy theme. I did see your video about it a million times. Then why are you arguing with me on things on Twitter then, VC? Things on Twitter that I've already explained in the video. Then what are you doing then? I don't get it. All right, Super Mario Galaxy theme. Let's see it. They can literally just go play the demo. Apparently some people have played the demo. Let me break it down this way. I think this is the best way to kind of break it down. The best way to break it down is with Persona 5 Strikers, which, actually, let's get into shoutouts first, and then I'll get into it. Frank R is here. What's good, man? My day's been going good. I can't complain. What's good? Crit Astra is here. Dawson is here. Party Man is here. Fairy Tiger is here. Shoutouts to the Pure Eyes Elite Ninjas and also mods. And Dory. Hey, what's up, Dory? Been a while since I seen you in here. Katana Riku, what's good? He says, I watched it. You watched it? Then what are you arguing with me for on Twitter then? As if you didn't already watch what I have to think. Some dude, what's good, man? Chris Gamer, what's good? Chris Gamer ST. Yo, Pico, what's up, my boy? Yo, Pico, thanks for the big support, bruh, on the Spawncast. That was freaking amazing, man. You're the man, dude. Good to see you here, dude. Welcome. How you doing today? Shout out to the Aussies. TH3, what's good, man? Dior Wilson, what's good? Skits G, what's up, man? Welcome. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. He just argues for argue's sake. That's true. That's true. I think I probably do that some. Well, actually, no, I don't. It's actually something that I have to believe in. Never mind. I don't just argue just for argue's sake. I don't think I do, at least. It's stuff that I care about. Crit Astro, what's good, man? Gunmetal Otaku, I'm doing good, man. How are you? Cade is dad. What's good, dude? How are you doing? Matthew Jenkins, what's good, man? Shout outs. Decepticon, thanks for the host, too, man. I appreciate that. Devin Rose, what's good, man? Welcome. Isaiah Nova is here. What's good? Let's see here. So no, I didn't agree with all the points, but I do watch your vids. What point do you not agree with? What did I say in my video that isn't factual when it comes to how Persona? That's why I wanted to do a debate on it, because you're saying I disagree, but then you also agreed with everything that I said on Twitter. So what is not factual with any of the points that I brought up in my video? Everything that I said in my video, Katana, is factual. Everything that I said, you're saying that you disagree with points, but what are you disagreeing with? You actually agreed with me on everything. You just said, I disagree overall. So that's what I want to know. What did I say that you said you disagree? What is not factual in my video? What is not factual with the differences between Persona 5, Strikers, and Warriors games? Or Hyrule Warriors, Pirate Warriors, those type of games. What is not factual? That's what I want to know. What am I saying that's wrong? So I don't want to put out wrong information like I did with like Xenoblade Chronicles, right? So what is, or Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition in terms of like what it was, graphics, remake, and all that. So correct me where I'm wrong and what I said in my video that's not factual, or where you disagree with. What is it? Troy Perry, what's good? Welcome. Brace Bradley, what's up, man? Party Man, what's good? He said you've been waiting for it. It should be good. And that's why I would have loved to have Katana Riku on, because he's a huge Warriors fan. He says that there's all these like it's the same exact thing, you know, or whatever the case is. So I would, and he says he disagrees with all my points, but then he also agreed with my points on Twitter. So he kind of did a little bit of both. You're saying you disagree with my video and what I said in the video, but then you also, when I brought up all the different things that it does different, you said, well, I agree. You said, I agree, but this, you know, so it's either like one or the other. Like what I'm saying is not, I'm not making it up. It's not subjective in terms of what I've pointed out, the differences between the games. It's not subjective at this point. Now, what is subjective is what you consider it to be a Warriors game or not. That's subjective. But the points that I made in terms of differences aren't. Those are factual. You know, those are factual. So there is a difference between subjective in terms of how you feel a game is and what is based off of the game, and what is actually in the game that makes it different. The end result can be subjective based on what you think. However, what's in my video and what I said the differences are is not subjective. Those are factual, you know? Says, I feel like I started a dispute on Twitter. It was gonna come out anyway, so you just hypercharged it. Or not hypercharged it, you just brought it to another attention here. So yeah. I wanted to hear his side on the mic. Yeah, it would have been better if he was on the mic, because through text, it's one thing to say things through text, but like I said, I'm a communication major. So I know the value and difference between audio, visual. There's various forms of communication. You have sign language. That's a form of communication, right? I can be speaking to you guys in different sign language, and it's a completely different form of communication and feel that you guys get, or maybe even tone or perception than me, let's just say, talking to you guys right now. Or let's say I didn't have a video on it, it's just my audio. That's a different form of communication than audio and visual. Or if I just had, like, let's just say I was typing, and yet you guys can see me, but I'm just typing in the chat. Those are all various nuances of communication that can give different perceptions based on things. So through text, or Twitter in particular, with capsize limits, with text limits and stuff, can give you a different, even if you say the same thing, it can give off a different type of vibe or a different type of perception to the other person based off of like what you're doing, how you communicate with it, you know? So that's the thing, that's why I always like to do, like, you know, audio visual debates are the best, because you see the person, you see their voice, you hear their voice, you see that, compared to like Twitter's not the best place to be having this type of stuff, you know? Shout outs to Fairy Tiger. Thanks for the 15 though. I appreciate it. So yeah. Let's see. I don't know how y'all can still play Breath of the Wild and stuff and play for 2 hours. Noticed yesterday night how I lost what I'm supposed to do. The map has overwhelmed me. You're lost in Hyrule Warriors? Okay. Yo, Dank Meme, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So that's the thing. So I have Persona 5 Strikers, okay? I have the game on Switch. I'll be getting the game on PS4. I'll be getting the game on PS4 as well. So I'll have the game on PS4. Atlas gave me a review copy for the Switch version of the game, okay? I could have picked whatever I wanted. I picked the Switch version of the game. I'll be buying a copy of the Switch version, just keeping it sealed. And I'll be buying a copy of the PS4 version as well, digital. So I'm gonna have the game. I've already played the Switch version, the demo. I've played the PS4 demo as well. DRP Blue Skies? Thanks for the $1.99. It says Switch Pro or Switch 2 with Tegra 2. I don't know what a Tegra 2 is. You mean like Tegra X2 or something like that? Tegra X2 isn't big enough for a Switch 2. A Switch Pro maybe. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I've done some videos on it, DRP Blue Sky. So check out my videos that I've already done on it. I've done a lot of on that type of stuff. 30 frames per second for the Switch version, 60 frames per second for the PS4 version. Roggy, and I already have a video up on the channel, guys, with my preview of the game. I have multiple videos up with my preview of me actually playing the Switch version and gives you footage. So that's already up on the channel, guys. I agree, OJ. However, I have seen no one on Twitter legitimately thinks Twitter's a better place for debate. I've seen one user on Twitter legitimately thinks that Twitter's a better place for debate. No, it's not. The Blonde Pud, what's good, man? Welcome. So I'm not sure I feel about the game. I hope it's going to be awesome. Well, there's a demo that you can play, the Blonde Pud. So you can check it out yourself. The only differences that I can speak about is from what the preview said so far. And basically, the game is structured like a typical, like what you would see like in an action RPG. That's the biggest reason why I consider it not really a Warriors game, because Warriors games have a particular structure to it that's undeniable. Like, and I'm talking about structure. I'm not talking about combat and gameplay feel. They have that too, which is fine, but lots of games have where you can build up meter and do a super and fight waves of enemies. Like, that's not a unique thing just to the Warriors games. The Warriors games are just the most successful at doing it. But there's plenty of other games that have where there's a bunch of enemies on screen and you can fight them all. That's not a new concept, nor did the Warriors game start that. So I'm more on the line of lots of games do that or do variations of that. So that's not all what a Warriors game is to me. What a Warriors game is to me is multiple different aspects, usually structured like this. Cutscene, drop you into a map that's big, collect strong points, fight a bunch of enemies, beat a boss or not, and then done. That is the structure of a Warriors game. That's the structure. Any game that varies outside of that, I don't really consider a Warriors game. Warriors elements, sure. But lots of games have done like fighting a bunch of enemies on a map. Lots of games do that. What makes a Warriors game are those things in addition to a lot of characters. That's why it's called Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Pirate Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors. They usually have a large cast of characters, many of which don't really say much or because they can't put dialogue for all those characters. So it focuses on a select group of people that are your main characters. You go from cutscene to cutscene without really any interaction in those cutscenes at all. Drop you in a map that's usually big. Strong points are a very key aspect of most Warriors games. Now, some Samurai Warriors games don't do that, but they still follow the rest of the cues or the rest of the things of a Warriors game. Big map, strong points or not, or you just run around on a big map, fight, end objective, end thing, then you go to the next thing. Persona 5 Strikers does not do that. It can drop you in a map where you're fighting lots of enemies, but sometimes you might get overwhelmed and like you have to run away. Then it triggers a cutscene, triggers what's happening in the game, triggers other things. Then it drops you into a dungeon where you're not fighting a bunch of enemies. You're fighting maybe like a few enemies at a time, or you're doing some stealth stuff, or you're doing some platforming, or you're doing other things outside of that, intertwined with cutscenes in the middle. We're talking like full CGI or Persona style cutscenes in the middle of the gameplay, like a RPG. That break of immersion from what we usually see from a Warriors game, where that never happens in a Warriors game. Warriors games, you go into it, it's in engine, you play on that map, and then you bounce. Persona 5, completely structured differently than what you would see. There's, like I said, there's platforming in there. There's other things that completely breaks the typical structure and style. Gameplay or combat elements, absolutely. If you've played a Warriors game, you're gonna be right at home with it. You're gonna feel like, hey, you can play this no problem. But when you're fighting, let's say 3 or 4 enemies, you beat them, then it stops and says experience earned and gained, here's your money, like an action RPG or like something else. Or when there's platforming kind of mixed in there, when there's dungeons and labyrinths and it's not inside just a big map and then you're just running around that map for any length of time, that's when I say it's not really a Warriors game. That's when I say it's kind of Warriors elements, but it takes from other games. To me, you can't just put it based off of combat, which was what Katana Riku and some of the other people were trying to say on Twitter. Also, shout outs to Hentai Rescuer. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, man. And thank you for the follow, too. I appreciate that. So that's what I was trying to say. Now, here's where I said it's subjective if you think it's a Warriors game. If you purely base Warriors games on combat and fighting a bunch of enemies, then I can see easily why someone would think, oh yeah, it's just a Warriors game. If you ignore everything else that comprises a Warriors game, like I said, especially structure, strong points, flow, amount of characters, all those other things that make a Warriors game, and you only focus on just combat or controls, then sure, you can come to that conclusion that, okay, it's Persona 5 Warriors game. You have to ignore quite a number of other things, but if you do it that way, which is what I think Katana Riku was doing, ignoring all those other things don't matter as much, and really only thing that matters is that I'm fighting waves of enemies. If you look at it that way, then yeah, it's subjective in the end result. However, if you break down everything from what I've been playing, you break down everything comparing the two, and by the way, I don't dislike Warriors games or themed Warriors games. I love them, you know? Yo, Shinru with the 20, let's go! Hey! Shout outs to the JoJo boys. Thank you so much, Shinru, with the $20. I appreciate that. And he says, I'm jelly that you have Persona 5 Strikers early. I'm assuming you're not allowed to show gameplay. So I can show preview gameplay. I'll be able to do that. About your video, I'm down with Pokken Tournament 2. Just remove the phase shift and we're good. No, do not remove the phase shift at all. That would make it just like every other game. That would make it like other 2D fighters. Do not remove the phase shift. That's one of the key strategies in Pokken Tournament. No. If they remove the phase shift, that would make it a worse game. That means less elements. That means less strategy. That means less detail into what makes what a real Pokemon battle would be like if you were playing. That's what you would expect Pokemon to be. It's an arena, but then sometimes they kind of fight in line. No way, dude. Phase shift is one of the best things about Pokken Tournament. If they removed it, I think that would be a very bad call and would make it very similar to other fighting games, which I don't want it to be like other fighting games. Pokken Tournament is unique and it's good. We need unique games that try new ideas. We do not need games that just do the same thing. I don't want it just to be a 2D fighting game. No way. That would completely remove what makes Pokken unique. But thank you for the 20 though, Shinru. I do appreciate it. That does make you the top Stream Ninja and Stream Hokage. I do not want them to remove phase shift. I think that's a very bad idea. I think you just need to practice in phase shift, man. Practice in the 3D mode. Like, why are you, I don't understand what's so hard about it. It's just, and you don't even spend that long in 3D mode. You're just there. It's easy. Press a couple buttons, hit them with something. You're okay. You're good, Shinru. All right. Thank you for the 20 though, man. I appreciate it. I can't. Hey, look, well then I guess you don't have to play it then. I guess you don't have to play it. But I do not want them to remove space shift. That makes it too much like other games. Let's see here. It's a Warriors game. OJ, deal with it. LOL. I know. Even though I broke it down completely. So let's go ahead and hear you guys' thoughts on this. Thank you for the $1.99 bird, man. I appreciate that, bro. Honestly, Pokken should just be a standard arena fighter and played more like that. I tolerate it. No, I'm good, dude. No, there's plenty of other. Oh, wait, hold up. A standard arena fighters? No. We got too many just standard arena fighters. No. Like My Hero or like Dragon Ball. No, there's too many of those. Why do you guys want the same thing over and over again? Why do you guys not like something things differently? No. That's what makes Pokken unique and fun, is the fact that you have to have there's multiple elements. No, what? We have too many arena fighters. We already have so many 2D fighters. We have so many arena fighters, but we have no games that are like Pokken. We have nothing like Pokken. So keep Pokken how Pokken is. I don't want it to, oh, let's just make it just like everything else. Why? I think saying arena fighters should play, like, hold up. All these Pokken should be, should be the standard. Should be the standard. The standard of arena fighters. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe, but then again, then if everybody did what Pokken does, then all of a sudden Pokken would get played out, or that style would get played out. So I don't know if every game should do it. All I know is that Pokken's unique and I like what it does, you know? That's what I know. Pokken is a great fighting. Pokemon is a great fighting, or Pokken is a great fighting game. Pokken is a great fighting game. It is. I'm very curious who will be newcomers in this Cinderace. Seems like a possible newcomer since it'll be unique. Cinderace? Maybe. Well, there is no new Pokken game yet, though, guys. I mean, let's just be real here. There's not a new Pokken game. So I don't know why you're predicting characters when there's no announcement of a new Pokken game. Let's see, I think Strikers is more hack and slash with RPG mechanics. It reminds me of Ys Monstrum a little bit. Yeah, Ys Monstrum. It can be like also like Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana at times. I mean, action RPGs, typical action RPGs with some more warriors kind of style thrown into there. The combat, the controls, stuff like that. There are definitely waves of enemies like a Warriors game. The problem is not the problem, but the difference is the structure and how they do it. And like I said, Warriors games don't have like a lot of dialogue within, like, between chapters. It's usually just a cutscene. Like if you go from one Warriors game to like another, like Hyrule Warriors, cutscene, non-interactive. You just sit there and watch a cutscene, and then it's over. Usually fairly short, and then you go into the battle of the gameplay. Persona 5 Strikers doesn't do that. Persona 5 Strikers, it's like Persona 5 in a sense, right? It's like you have your days, you have the music, people talking, different types of stuff going up, and then there's interactive cutscenes to where you're just sitting down in your room and you're just going through dialogue, you're picking options, you're doing stuff like that. So when you start getting all these different elements kind of thrown into there, that's when I just start saying, it's not really the same, you know? So yeah, if Pokken 2 is announced, it would be a great newcomer choice. Okay, Armchair, I got you. Master Dragon, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Rescue Squad? I think a Digimon fighting game like Pokken would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not big into Digimon, but I'm looking at that Digimon Survive. What's up, OJ? Hope you're having a great day. Glad to hear you get to see your wife soon. Amazing news. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not like Kingdom Hearts, though. I never said it was like Kingdom Hearts. All I said was, and I know you're joking around, but all I said, because one of the points was, oh, well, you're mowing down waves of enemies. And I was like, okay, well, you mow down waves of enemies in Kingdom Hearts games. I said, you also mow down waves of enemies in Streets of Rage 4. So is that a Warriors game too? So is that what makes a Warriors game a Warriors game? Just mowing down enemies? It's like, okay, well then lots of games do that, dude. There's a million different games that I can pick where you just beat up a bunch of enemies or you just mow down a bunch of enemies. Lots of games do that, you know? Like Streets of Rage 4, you just fight enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy. They just come rushing at you the whole time. Then you just walk through the map and then you're just fighting a bunch of enemies, and they pretty much suck. They're not that great until you get to the boss, and the bosses are harder. And then you use those enemies to build up your meter, and then you can do a special. I mean, that's how beat-em-ups play, you know? Like any beat-em-up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles does that. They're just throwing waves of enemies at you, waves after waves after. So I guess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, or Turtles in Time, those are all Warriors games too, I guess then, right? Like Ratchet and Clank, yeah, they just waves of enemies just coming at you. You kill waves of enemies, so I guess that's also a Warriors game as well, you know? So yeah, man. I guess God of War, yeah, God of War is also a Warriors game. Bayonetta is also a Warriors game. Devil May Cry is a Warriors game. These are all Warriors games because you're just fighting waves of enemies coming at you. These are all Warriors games. The Wonderful 101 is also a Warriors game. If you fight waves of enemies, you're a Warriors. It's a Warriors game. Doom is a Warriors game. Yeah. They're all, like I said, and that's why I said, like, fighting waves of a bunch of enemies on screen doesn't make it a Warriors game throughout. And I get it. I'm obviously joking around here, guys. Like, I get like how Warriors games looks and the amount of enemies that they throw at you. So there is nuance there, guys. I'm just kind of joking around with Katana. But like I said, Elements and style, absolutely, with Persona 5 Strikers. Absolutely. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that it's not typically, like, it's not like I just, like, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was my game of the year last year. So it's not like I have anything against it or I'm trying to tell people, no, it's not a Warriors game. Like it, play it. Dude, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, I like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I got so much crap on the Spawncast for simply liking the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, for simply saying that it was good, and I thought it was good. Oh, look, OJ, he doesn't, Nintendo fanboy, he's not allowed to like it. It's a 6 out of 10. I was like, okay, that's fine, your opinion. It's my opinion. That's cool. You know, so it's not like I dislike, I like the themed Warriors games. Age of Calamity is my favorite themed Warriors game by like a large margin. Like, I put Age of Calamity a lot higher than I put the other games. So if Persona 5 Strikers was a Warriors game, I would have no problem just saying, oh yeah, like, it's a typical Warriors game. It plays like it is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have no problem saying that. I have no problems admitting that I like that style of game. Like, I like Fire Emblem Warriors. I like Hyrule Warriors. I like Age of Calamity. I like the themed Warriors games. So no issue on my end admitting that. You know, some people like to not admit it because they think that it has like a negative stigma in the West. But I have no problem admitting that, even putting it as my game of the year. So it's not about that, or it's not about anything like that. I'm just simply giving you guys my honest opinion on what I think as somebody who's played 80 plus hours of Age of Calamity. I put 100 plus hours into the original Hyrule Warriors. I put 70 hours into Fire Emblem Warriors, and I know how those games play. And I'm playing Persona 5 Strikers, and I'm like, this isn't like that completely. It's not really a Warriors game. It's not like that, because all the Nintendo Warriors games, or the games that I've played, all of them are, they're like the same Warriors game, but different skins with some little things here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, some differences here and there, and I have no problem admitting that. Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity are the same. Hyrule Warriors like Definitive Edition, but there's some things that they do differently in Age of Calamity. But overall, it's the same type of game. Same thing goes with Fire Emblem Warriors. Same type of game, you know. But Persona 5 Strikers is not that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that. If it was, I would have no problem just telling you guys, oh yeah, it's that. But I'm trying to be honest with you guys when it comes to just what I personally think and the game. And I think that a lot of people who maybe have played the demo or who have seen it are trying to put out one opinion on it, and that's fine, but they're leaving out many other things, or they don't know what else consists of a Warriors game because they don't care. And I think that's where the discrepancies come in. A lot of people who've played other Warriors games don't care about the structure. They don't care. And therefore, it's like, okay, well, it plays like this, so therefore that's all that matters. So I think it's, like I said, it's subjective based on what you care about, but what's factual is what actually, what it does, you know? And that's what I'm trying to tell people, you know, when it comes down to this. And that's why so many people that have played the previews of the game are saying they're surprised. Wow, this surprised me. I thought it was going to be like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Wow, have you guys read some of the previews? Wow, I'm surprised. Wow, I'm surprised. Wow, it didn't play like I thought it was going to play. Wow, I'm surprised. Whoa, this is different. Everyone's saying that in their previews of the game. If you read any of the written previews, they're all saying that. A lot of them are, you know? So I'm just trying to inform you guys that it's not what you're expecting when it comes to a Warriors game. It's not really like that at all. So yeah. Let's see. Did you play the Switch version or PS4 version? I have both. I've played both. Just came in, so Strikers is man. Who says that? Watch my videos, Zoltor. I would say fundamentally, Persona 5 Strikers is like a Warriors game, but structure-wise, it's much different. Game combat elements-wise, yes, combat elements-wise. But fundamentally, there's a lot. Like I said, fundamentally, that means structure. Fundamentals is the basic structure of a game. When you say fundamentals, what makes a Warriors game a Warriors game? Well, it's this fundamentals. That means it's plural. It's not just a fundamentally. There's lots of different aspects of something when you say fundamentally. So fundamentals, right? And like I said, combat, yeah, like the controls, absolutely. Some of the elements of the Warriors games, absolutely. But does that mean it's a Warriors game like Age of Calamity? No. You know, that's the thing. Doesn't mean it's a Warriors game like Age of Calamity. No, because Age of Calamity is a Warriors game through in and throughout. And is Persona 5 Strikers like Age of Calamity? No. Is it like Dynasty Warriors? Some, but no, not really. Dynasty Warriors is a completely different structure. You said it's like more like Dragon Quest Heroes and Fire Emblem Warriors. Yes and no. Yes and no. So I would say it's more like an action RPG with Warriors elements. That's what I would say. I would just say it's an action RPG with Warriors elements. Nightshade with the $10. Jow! And he says, yo, OJ and Elite Ninja Village, thanks for the good wishes. First interview went well. Your boy's on round 2. She scheduled it directly after today's interview. Wish me some more luck if you could. Means a lot. Play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Time to Fight. All right, I got you. Yeah, Nightshade, I'm glad that you listened to our advice, or maybe whatever the case is. Okay, so with the second interview, Nightshade, you have to make sure that you play upon what you did in the first interview. Make sure, did you take notes? I hope you took notes. Make sure you go the next level with the company, knowing who's in the departments and stuff like that. Make sure you know everything next level. So the second one is just to make sure that you're not crazy, okay? So if you make it past interview 1, interview 2, just don't screw it up. Essentially, don't screw it up. That's essentially what interview 2 means, is don't screw it up. They already like you, they want you there, but don't screw it up. And if they've already asked you if you have any other places that are interviewing you, if you've already, like, let's say they didn't ask you that beforehand. If they ask you that this time, say yes. even if you're not, just say yes. You have other places that you're interviewing or other job offers. Just say, yeah, oh yeah, there's definitely some other places that I've been interviewing on too, okay? So if you didn't already tell them and they ask you about it this time, make sure you say yes, regardless. So shout out to Nightshade. All right, here. Next up is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Time to Fight. So seriously though, who cares? Does this game look fun? That's all that matters at the end of the day. People care because there are some people that absolutely hate Warriors games, you know, and are expecting that. So when you say it's a Warriors game, you already put into a preconceived notion into your head that it's gonna play like Age of Calamity. You know, and I think that's dangerous to do because then people might not try out the game for themselves or even watch a freaking video before they make their decision. So I think that's the dangerous thing by saying that it's just a Warriors game, you know, and I think that's a problem. I think that's almost misinformation by just labeling it that, because when there's clear, very clear structural differences. So I think that's the biggest problem by doing that, and why it matters, in my opinion, at least. But I see what you were saying. I told them I did have some other offers, which I do. But did I tell them I was making them a priority? Is that okay? That's okay, because then they see that you have extreme interest in that position. So that's okay. Of course you should cop Xenoblade Chronicles for $30. Alex, is that even a question? I don't mind the Warriors concept. I played almost all Dynasty Warriors and Orochi Warriors games. I'm more concerned about not being able to experience Persona 5 Royal first. Well, you really don't need to experience Persona 5 Royal. Just as long as you've played Persona 5, the base Persona 5, then you're all right. But even if you haven't played Persona 5 at all, I mean, you can still hop into the game and enjoy it, you know. At least that's what Atlas tells me. Oh, man. Okay, cool. Thanks for the advice, bro. For real. No problem, Nightshade. Thank you for the 10, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, I meant in terms of combat. Okay, yeah. Fundamentally, in J2 Blue, you're absolutely right on that. In terms of combat fundamentals, yeah. You beat up people, you can build up your meter, and then bam, you have that. However, with other things with the combat, there's other things as well that they mix in that makes it quite different. So, for example, like in Hyrule Warriors, right? You usually drop into your map. You have different elements in the game in terms of what you can do. But for example, in Persona 5 Strikers, you have some places where you can go on top of like rafters, and like you can drop the freaking rafters on top of the enemies to start off the battle and kind of go like into like an all-out attack, right? So something that doesn't really happen in other Warriors. Like you can't really sneak up on people in Hyrule Warriors games. I mean, they might not be paying attention to you, but there really isn't any like stealth per se. Persona 5 actually factors in stuff like the Phantom Thief stuff that you see in Persona 5. They factor that into this game. So once again, it's even within some of the combat elements. Fundamentally, yes, controls certain stuff, some of the flow with the combat and everything, yes. But like there's just so many different things that are thrown into the mix. It's just hard for me to just sit there and say it's like the same thing. Like I said, in which I don't have a problem with Warriors games per se, like the themed Warriors games. Don't have a problem. If it was an actual Persona 5 Warriors game, I'd be like, okay, cool. You know what have really made it a Persona 5 Warriors game? Which I still think that they can do in the future. Or sorry, Persona Warriors game. What if they had it to where it was called just Persona Warriors, and instead of just being based off of 5, it was based off of all the different Persona games, and you can use all the different characters from the Persona games. Like, so, and that's another reason why I don't really consider it that, because they could have easily done that. Like, why make Persona 5 Strikers? Why make this platforming and these dungeons and these other elements, like, and these single encounters? If you really wanted to make a Persona Warriors game, you would just take all the protagonists from the Persona games, drop them into maps, and then let them just fight. I mean, if you really wanted to make a Persona game, just do a Warriors game, just do that. Why are you doing all these other things? That's another thing that, you know, that makes me say, no, it's not really it, because they could have easily made a real Warriors game, right? Just take Persona, even if they just took like Persona 3, 4, and 5, all the characters from that, drop them into some stupid story, the metaverse or the whatever, all the different universes collide somehow, and they have to, all the different warriors or all the different Persona users, you know, just all go into one thing and fight. They could have just done that, you know? So yeah. I mean, and I would have been down for that. Still need to finish Astral Chain, Shinru. I was thinking of that too. If they wanted to make a Persona Warriors, they would have just included characters from every game. Exactly. Which brings me to another thing when it comes to a Warriors game. You know, like, if you're looking at it, Warriors games usually have people across a wide slew, right? A wide slew of different stuff. If they wanted to make a real Persona Warriors game, they could have made one. I just don't consider, there's not enough here for me to consider it like, you know, the same exact thing. Like Orochi. Yeah, Orochi, they all have those Warriors games, all have like a similar feel to it. Like I said, it's not something that I think it is subjective in terms of the end result and what you think is important in a Warriors game. So I'm not going to sit here and deny people's opinion on that. I already played this. But my issue, I think, is how people describe it. Whenever somebody says something, they just say, oh, well, you're fighting just like Warriors games. Like, okay, well, what about all the other stuff? You know, it's like they don't want to talk about the other stuff. So it's subjective based on what you think, I guess, is important in a Warriors game and what makes it a Warriors game. I guess that's subjective. It's the end result, you know. Of course, they can throw other main characters like Yosuke from before. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Now let's get a Xenoblade and Mario Warriors game, and I'll be happy. Mario Warriors? I think Mario Warriors game would be kind of cool. Different. I mean, there's a lot of characters they can use, that's for sure. Xenoblade Warriors. You know what would be better than a Xenoblade Warriors? Xeno Warriors. Just like Xeno in general, but that would never happen. Let's see, it's Persona 5 Strikers, not Persona Strikers. Yeah, that's true. It's called Persona Strikers. All sorts of Persona games. But they can't do a Xeno Warriors game, though. They can't do a Xeno Warriors game. You know why they can't do a Xeno Warriors game? Because there's too many different, like, Xenoblade is not the same IP as Xenosaga or Xenogears. Xenogears is, like, I think that's Square Enix. Xenosaga is Bandai Namco, and Xenoblade is Nintendo. So there's 3 different ones there. So there's no way that they can actually do that, you know, unless they all came together and said, okay, yeah, here we go. So they have to do like Xenoblade Warriors would probably be like the only one that they could possibly, that Nintendo could probably put together, you know? We need Final Fantasy Warriors and Heroes. Oh, I think Final Fantasy Heroes will happen at some time, or Final Fantasy Warriors would happen at some time. I think it's gonna happen. But Square Enix would have a lot of stipulations. Like, they'd have to make it like maybe like Persona 5 Strikers. I absolutely hate turn-based combat, but Transistor and Persona 5 are 2 games that really thinking about the pick up because of the story, graphic style, and unique changes. Okay. Mario feels wrong as a Warriors game. I feel Mario fits more of a fighting game than a Warriors game, but that's just me. A fighting game? Like what type? Like a 2D fighting game? Like a Mario 2D fighting game? I mean, you can just play Smash Brothers, right? Oh man. Persona has more than enough characters to make a legitimate Warriors game. This one is more action RPG than anything. Most Warriors spin-offs just there to exist. The legit sequel, yeah. No, I feel what some people are saying, like Katana Rico. I think there are going to be a large number of people, you know, that do feel that it is just a Warriors game, even after playing it. Because like I said, it is subjective based on what you think a Warriors game is. A lot of people don't think of Warriors games. All they think of is waves of enemies coming at you. They don't think of the strong points. They don't think of the capturing enemy strong points. They don't think of, okay, like the map size, you going into a map, dropping on there. They don't think of like dialogue options. They don't think of like cutscene, play, do this, like in that order. Like they don't think of the other things. They just think of this one aspect of a Warriors game, which is fine. It's a simple way of looking at it. But games are interpreted in all different types of ways for people, right? So there are going to be quite a number of people who do feel that it's just, oh no, it's the same thing. I don't care that there's single encounters. I don't care that I'm doing this. I don't care about platforming. I don't care about dungeons and labyrinths. I don't care about any. I'm fighting waves of enemies right now, and it plays like a Warriors game. So therefore, it's just that. You know, they don't care about anything else. Which I've ran into those people. Okay, so there's obviously going to be people that are like that feel that way. So that's fine. You know, that's fine, but let's not completely say that it's just that, so other people who think of it more in depth in terms of what a Warriors game is aren't informed on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because once again, Warriors games have been around for a long time. They follow a certain formula. People have played them. And when you just say that, it makes it seem like it plays like Hyrule. And for Nintendo fans in particular, if you just say, oh, well, it's the Warriors game, they're thinking, oh, well, Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors. And obviously Persona 5 doesn't play exactly like that. So that's why I said, like, I think it's a little dangerous to do that, just because there are, and if somebody wants that, let's go flip side. Let's say somebody wants an experience just like Hyrule Warriors, or they want an experience just like Fire Emblem Warriors, right? They're like, wait a minute, where's all my characters spanning the whole range of the franchise? Where's, like, you don't get that in Persona 5 Strikers. You only get like your crew that you played with during the game, like during the regular Persona 5 game. So it already creates problems if it's somebody on the other side that's like, okay, well, I'm expecting like 20 characters or 15 plus characters, and you don't get that in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get that at all. So I think it's dangerous on both sides just to label it one thing and just say, oh, well, it's that because of the combat. And then you ignore everything else. So if you're a reviewer or if you create content and you're putting out videos or you're saying that, and then somebody says, well, wait a minute, I saw Joker jumping around platforming. I saw him going around in a dungeon. I saw other things. Are you sure it's like that? Oh, well, the combat's like that. But what about the other stuff? Well, wait a minute. I saw him, you know, with like fighting like 3 or 4 enemies, and then there's like experience points that pop up, you know, afterwards. Not like a Warriors game where Warriors games have like silent experience points. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have it to where it's like, it stops it then says, here's your experience. It's more like, at least Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, it's just racking up in the background. You don't see it, and then you might level up. There's like a little bar in the corner, in the bottom corner of the screen that levels you up if you get enough experience, right? It has it, but it doesn't pop up on screen, right? So if you do it that way, like if you don't make sure to tell people about that, they're gonna think one way or another. It's not just on one side, it's on the other side as well. Hey, what's up, Sham? So welcome. Late in your neck of the woods. I thought maybe you were sleeping. Good to see you here. Welcome to the stream, EV445. You don't have to ban him. He's just spamming. So just time him out. Just give him a chance, yeah. If Xeno is 3 separate IPs, how do people think they're all connected? How do people think? Nobody that feels like using the internet thinks that they're all like connected in actuality. The reason why people might think that, though, is because it's all called Xeno. Xenosaga, Xenogears, Xenoblade. The same developer makes them. But no, they're not connected. They're not connected story-wise, no. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 are. Xenoblade Chronicles X is... Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and Torna are all connected story-wise. Xenoblade Chronicles Xenoblade Chronicles X isn't. It's a separate dimension that was created at some point. Xenogears and Xenosaga are completely different. They have nothing to do with Xenoblade. I mean, there's larger theories out there, but that's a spoiler. I'm still trying my best playthrough of Persona 4 Gold and Persona 5 Royal. Love the games though. Yeah, heck yeah, man, those are good. Why is Cosmos in Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Because Monolith Soft are the creators of Xenosaga, and they have a good relationship with Bandai Namco, so it's fan service essentially. Imagine, what's it called? T-Elos is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is Xenosaga. Monolith Soft made all those games, guys. So, and they have a good relationship with Bandai Namco. So, for the fans, they said, hey, you can use this character, but Cosmos has literally nothing to do with the story of Xenoblade. She's not in any cutscenes. She's not in any lore. Cosmos has nothing to do with Xenoblade. Nothing to do. It's fan service, guys. Why is Cosmos so freaking hard to get in Xenoblade 2? That's the better question. It's RNG. So. I didn't think the stigma that Warriors games have in the West, so I can understand not calling it just a Warriors game for that reason. Yeah, I just think that it needs to be. It's not just about stigma. It's also about the gameplay too. Like I think that you've got to think beyond what you as a reviewer or content creator. I think that it's important to think beyond what you think, because I mean, obviously, Katana like we talked about, you obviously don't consider Warriors games more than what I just said. Like, you know, or more than just the combat. The combat is what makes it that, and the structure to you is not as important in terms of what makes a Warriors game a Warriors game. Because the first thing you said was, oh, well, the combat. And structure seems to be a byproduct. And you even admitted yourself that, oh yeah, it can have various different things that are different in a Warriors game, but that also doesn't matter either. So the most important thing is if there's waves of enemies, right? So, and that's fine. If you personally think that that's fine, but when you're talking to other people about a game, you have to make sure that you include other things. You have to make sure that you include other stuff. Heck, I mean, I even separate Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. I mean, I'm not just saying, hey, Persona is just a Shin Megami Tensei game. Even though you can, I guess, technically say that it is, but people still separate the two, which you do too as well. Persona is Persona, and SMT is SMT. But I don't sit there and say, oh, well, Persona's just a Shin Megami Tensei game. There's enough difference in Persona games for me to separate it from SMT, despite them essentially being very similar in aspects. But there's a number of things different between an SMT game and a Persona game, right? So we don't do that with Persona and SMT. I'm not sure why we're doing that here with this game. And yet, there's a lot of similarities gameplay-wise. A lot of similarities gameplay-wise. I mean, the same enemies. I mean, like, the combat flow, the momentum system, the names of the specials. You know, there are so many elements, and people still separate those two games. Yet with this one here, there's so many differences, yet people are trying to say, oh, well, it's the same thing. You know? So yeah, man. I didn't even know there's this difference aside from the setting, to be honest. No, there's other, like, structurally there's numerous other differences. Persona, obviously, social links is a huge aspect of Persona. You know, talking to your friends, going on dates, you know, the mini games that you play in there and stuff like that. Shin Megami Tensei is like enough of you hissy fit mini games, teenage teen bop, all this crap. This is serious. So SMT's much more I wouldn't say streamlined, but just much more direct in its approach in terms of it. Much darker tone and feel, and it doesn't do the type of things like social links and all that type of crap that you see in Persona. And crap as in not bad. I love Persona. I like Persona a bit more than I like Shin Megami Tensei. So yeah. But they're separate. I mean, in Japan it's called Shin Megami Tensei Persona, but over the years they've dropped that. They just especially here in the West, they just call it Persona 5. You know, they don't call it Shin Megami Tensei Persona 5. You know, because they're trying to separate it and say, hey, this is Persona's Persona, Shin Megami Tensei. You know. You think Super Saiyan Cap Mario gonna be able to fly? I don't think so. because Cat Mario can't fly. So, find it hilarious how often you have to explain to everyone the difference between warriors and strikers. It's no problem for me, because like I said, I think that it's an interesting and fun discussion to have. And I think that it's good. It's a good discussion to have, you know? It's a good discussion to have, too, at the same time. You know? It's a good... What? Dang it. Where the heck is my phone? All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Let me go grab some water, too. All right, you could say Persona franchise has its own persona to separate itself from Shin Megami Tensei. Yeah, yeah, party man. Shout outs to Charity, good to see you here. Shout outs once again to Shamsa, good to see you guys here. Evie, good to see the new people coming through. Ian, what's good? Pokken Tournament DX isn't available in stores in Canada anymore. Should I have bought it when it came out? Yeah, Nintendo. I think Nintendo stopped printing copies of the game. So it's always digital if you want it digital, or you can find it online. I think you can import it. Find it hilarious how oh, okay, I already read that. Persona is one of the rare instances where a spin-off outgrows mainline series. The most those two have in common are on the enemies, combat, and spells. They're both super different now. Yeah, exactly. Structurally, they're really different. But if you base it off of the definition that people are giving, you know, with the Warriors games, and say, oh well, it plays like you mow down enemies. Well, you fundamentally it plays like it. Okay, but fundamentally, Persona plays just like Shin Megami Tensei when it comes to combat. Combat-wise, they play extremely similar. Like, very, very, very similar. You know? But with some differences. Obviously, in Persona, you use the actual, or sorry, in Shin Megami Tensei, you use the actual demons as your team members, with usually one character, and then you fight alongside the demons, right? In Persona, you capture, at least Persona 5, you capture the demons, and they're like a mirage or whatever behind you, or they're like that, and like they kind of like come out and do attacks. But then you have normal party members that can also use like a demon of their own or a persona of their own, right? Joker's the only person, more like, never mind, not even like a demon. They just have their own personas. Joker's the only person that can use demons as a persona for him. You know, whereas in Shin Megami Tensei, you use those demons that Joker collects for himself as your actual party members. You know, so they replace, you know, Skull and Makoto and Anne and all that. So they replace it with the actual demons. And that's one of the big differences between, you know, new AIM, you know, Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. Hey, what's up, Brian Jedi? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Angel Page? The Elite Ninja counter is only at 31 because I was doing like this new thing where it does sessions. But it's supposed to be just like a daily goal, but it's not. It's busted. It's not working correctly, and it's never worked correctly. So I think I'm just gonna go back to what it was before. What's up, Frozen Gamer? What's up, Chris Gamer ST? I'm so corny. Seriously, for real, man. Oh man, this is good stream though. Good stream today, guys. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. But like I said before, I don't want to put it all like blame or be. I'm not angry, or I'm not saying that people are wrong in what they're saying about, you know, Persona 5 Strikers. Like, you can have that opinion. I just think that it's important that if you want to call it a Warriors game, make sure you put a lot of action. Say, you know what, I think it's a Warriors game or a style Warriors game, but it does so many things differently that, I mean, I can see why people think that it's like, you got to put like a disclaimer in there, because otherwise people, Nintendo fans in general are gonna think they're gonna relate it to the Warriors games on Nintendo games. So we've had 3 Warriors games on Nintendo systems, right? So when you talk about Nintendo fans in general, they're gonna think Hyrule Warriors, they're gonna think Age of Calamity, and they're gonna think Fire Emblem Warriors. You know, so I think it's just important that you, if you're gonna say that, then that's fine, but make sure you put a big disclaimer, because if somebody is looking for that wide sweeping, lots of characters, like, they're gonna be upset at, you know, people's reviews or whatever the case is. They're gonna be upset at that structure if they're just looking to just hop into a map with barely any talking, to where you don't have to sit there. I mean, I'm sitting there scrolling through text in Persona 5 Strikers, man. Like, there's just times where you're just sitting there, you're picking option after option after option. Like, Warriors games usually don't have that. It's all action, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're just in there, you're fighting, you watch a cutscene. Whether you watch the cutscene or even pay attention doesn't even matter for most of the time. It's just get through it, and then you're just back to beating people's butts all day. You know, whereas Persona 5 Strikers, that's not necessarily the case. Now, don't get me wrong. It's way more streamlined than Persona 5. Like, Persona 5, there'll be times where you're just not doing anything for a very long amount of time, where you're just talking, you're in school, you're out with your friends, you're, you know, playing simulated pool, you know, you're just doing all sorts of stuff, right? Persona 5 Strikers doesn't have that as much. It's more streamlined than that, you know? But there are times where you're just, like, even in the demo, you see that. You're just sitting down and just talking for a long amount of time, you know, and you're picking dialogue options, which Warriors games literally never do that. I've never played a Warriors game that does that. I'm pretty sure it's in there, but I've never played one that does that at all, you know? So yeah. There is no date for Nocturne HD remaster. Kevin Duck, there's no date. It's just spring. We should get a date probably sometime soon. So I would probably say, like, after Strikers comes out, we'll get a date for Nocturne HD remaster. But I guess people like to throw away their hard-earned money. OJ, do you think Microsoft Live Gold prices increase even though it was retracted was the actual precursor to the impending Game Pass Ultimate price increase? I don't think it was an impending Game Pass Ultimate price increase. I think they're just trying to force people to go Game Pass Ultimate. I think it's an impending form of Xbox Live Gold going away at some point, or them trying to figure out how to for it to go away at some point, you know? I think what their out should have been was maybe try to generally like say, hey guys, we're taking away like the whole free-to-play type of thing, but then like we're also doing this with Xbox Live Gold, like transition it to like Game Pass. I don't know. That's kind of my thought process, but we'll see what happens. You know, Persona 5 Strikers has elements of Trails of Cold Steel in a way that you use your Persona's abilities. Yeah, it has and that's Demi Crow. What I was trying to say, it has elements of various different action RPGs. That's why I consider it kind of like an action RPG with warrior game elements into it. I consider it that because the structure and flow is much more like an action RPG that you would see from a a trail, or Trails, that's a turn-based RPG, but more like Ease 8, you know, or something like that, or Ease 9 Monstrum, something like that, or or even like a Final Fantasy 7 remake in some type of way, or other action RPGs. You know, like it has a lot of elements of what you'd see in those type of games, and then it also has its Warriors elements too. You know, so that's another thing as well. You know. It even says it's not a normal Warriors game in the Japanese show. I mean, and that's fine. Like it's its own. Like I understand like when people say that it is, like I now at this point I see it. I just want to make sure that people know that it's not just like that. Just being completely, you know what I'm saying, like transparent with it. Because like if you just call it a Warriors game, that means people think a certain type of thing. You know, and you've gotta make sure that you say, hey, okay, well, it's a Warriors game, but man, it does a lot of stuff differently. You know, make sure you preface that with that. So then people who are on one side of the fence can say, okay, well, yeah, I think Warriors games are all about the combat. Other stuff doesn't matter to me, so therefore it's a Warriors game, but man, it does a lot of stuff different than people who think, oh, well, wait a minute, Warriors games are more than just combat. There's other things structurally that make it. They say, okay, well, this is what I think about it. So just informing the consumer and informing people like the truth about stuff is what's the most important. Subjectively, how you perceive it is up to you, and it's going to be different for every other people. Some people, like I said, don't care about other aspects of the games. If enough of one thing is enough to what they feel a game is, they'll say it's this thing, you know. So yeah. Cyber Shadow, I might check it out. I didn't get a review code for it though, but I might check it out if I have time. Yeah, that feels closer to all the trailer footage I've seen from Persona 5 Strikers. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. But like I said, I guess it's subjective. So nobody's necessarily wrong at the end of the day. I just don't like. The thing that I don't like is when people, like a lot of people like on Twitter and stuff, are like, oh, well, it's just that. And I'm like, okay, well, what about this, and this that it does different? Oh, well, yeah, but still, it does this. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like, but wait a minute now, like, I'm like, but that's a lot of stuff though, man. Like, that's not, you know, like, you gotta mention a lot of stuff. You're missing. There's a lot of stuff that you're missing out on. Let's see. Sharon Apple says, okay, I already read that. All right. Look forward to that. Yeah. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Master should look really good. All right, I mean, it should be better in terms of the Japanese release. Should be better. Never finished Persona 5. You didn't have to finish Persona 5 to really. Just as long as you know the characters, you're okay. It has its own story. It has its own like story that's different and stuff like that. So yeah. Shin Megami Tensei 5 2022? Nah, it's 2021. We should hear about Shin Megami Tensei 5 in April. April or May. Unless something happened. All right. So I think we're done with that topic, are we, guys? That topic's been, I guess, exhausted. That topic's been exhausted for a while. So I guess we can move on to the next thing right here, guys. Let's talk about February Switch games. So we do have Persona 5 Strikers coming out. I did a really cool video. I think a lot of you guys maybe missed it, but I did a really cool video going over all the February Switch games. There's 38 new Switch games coming. And man, some of them look really bad. Some of them look really bad. Like, so bad to the point to where I thought it was hilarious. I was like, man, I gotta show 5 seconds of each of these games. One caught my opinion, like my thought, like brutal. I think it's like Brutal Rage or something like that. That game looks so horrible. It looks so horrible, but it's funny. But anyway, I had a video going over all the games. The big ones for me are Persona 5 Strikers, are Bravely Default 2, and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. But there's also Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. That game's coming out as well. So that's a pretty. That game looks like it's gonna be pretty good. Also, the Capcom Arcade Stadium, that's coming out in February as well. So there's like a ton of good games in February. You know. Let's see here. I missed it. I will check it out after the stream. It's all good. Lots of people didn't. I mean, I don't think a lot of people watch the video. A lot of people aren't watching my videos, which is fine. It's like whatever at this point. But like, if you can watch it, obviously. But yeah, because I constantly have to repeat stuff to my own viewers all the time, you know, in terms of like my videos. It's like whatever. Whenever you get the opportunity to watch it, it's cool. But yeah, I did put up that video. 38 new Nintendo Switch games, you know, coming. You know, plus my must-buy games. So yeah. The Sheesh Bananas. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You think Apex is coming February? If it is, they're gonna have to announce it. It's gonna be like a shadow drop if it is, because we're really close to February, and most of the February games have been dated. But if it is coming February, because February starts literally, next Monday is February 1st. So if it is coming February, it's gonna be a shadow drop. Did they ever promoted a bad game on their channel like Sony did with, yeah, Nintendo's promoted bad games on their channel, sure. I'm pretty sure they have. Games that like don't review well and stuff, yeah. I think the rumor for Apex, I think it's like February 2nd or something like that. I think that's the rumor for Apex. So if it is, it's shadow dropped. They promoted Arc. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo puts out trailers for games that are coming out to the system. So sometimes you don't know what the Metacritic of the game is going to be. You know that this system or this game is coming. You put it out on your channel to show off the game. You know? Little Nightmares 2 also. Yeah, I skip it. Good one. I did not mention in terms of like my own because I don't play Little Nightmares. So I don't know if Little Nightmare, like for me personally, I talked about games that I know are going to be good. But like, I didn't talk about Little Nightmares, but that's also another big game for February, because that was like the other big game. So it was like the 3 games that I mentioned: Little Nightmares, Ghosts and Goblins, and Capcom Stadium. Those there's like 6 pretty big, like good games that we know that are going to be pretty good coming out in February, which is great. You know. Yeah, Bakugan too. They freaking they put that inside of a thing there with Bakugan. Yo, the Icarus with the $10 donation. And he says, sometimes I wish I never played Zelda Breath of the Wild because now it's really hard to play any other open world game. Ghost of Tsushima is a great game, but I wish I can glide down a hill or climb any surface. Yeah, I think that's the problem. You know, it's the problem with people that were trying to compare Ghost of Tsushima to Breath of the Wild in the first place. That's the first problem. Because what you just said you can't do. And that's like a really big aspect of Breath of the Wild is being able to climb, being able to glide, the movement options in Breath of the Wild are very unique and are ingrained into the gameplay. So when I saw people trying to sit there and say, Ghost of Tsushima does this, I'm like, this different games. Go compare this crap to Assassin's Creed, you know? But yeah, it's based on what you care about in a game, right, Icarus? If you care about traversal and using the open world, Breath of the Wild is that game. Some people, all they care about is combat, and Ghost of Tsushima offers a plethora of weapons and different combat, like skill trees and stuff that Breath of the Wild doesn't do. So it's very targeted at certain like what people want or like in an open world game. For me personally, there's a million open world games that have all sorts of combat options. I want to see some actual real open world games use the open world. So to me, Breath of the Wild is like the ultimate open world game, you know, because it's not just there just to be there. It's actually a legit open world game, you know. Assassin's Creed and Ghost of Tsushima and all these games could have been just like action games, normal action games if they really wanted them to be, you know. They didn't have to be open world. They're just open world just because, you know. I mean, like capturing different areas. I mean, we've done it a million times over, you know. But yeah, thank you for the $10 though. Not saying that those games are bad, because I like Ghost of Tsushima. I think Ghost of Tsushima is a great game. It's just to me, it's an Assassin's Creed type of game. It's not Breath of the Wild, you know. So yeah, this is Genshin Impact. Yeah, I think Genshin Impact definitely has more Breath of the Wild in it than any of the other open world games, because you can climb, because you can glide, because it's definitely more Breath of the Wild than a lot of the other. But then again, it was like legit based off of like Breath of the Wild. It reminds me of like an Ys game mixed with Breath of the Wild. So that's kind of like what Genshin is, you know. I've heard good things about Witcher 3, but I haven't gotten a chance to play it much. Yeah, it's people like Witcher 3. Yeah, Assassin's Creed definitely has like swimming and climbing and stuff like that too. So Assassin's Creed has that aspect to it as well. But it's very Assassin's Creed climbing and stuff like that. It's very, very targeted. Oh, look at this watchtower. I can climb up this watchtower and do this. But otherwise, there's just like a lot of fields where you're not really interacting with the open world. Yeah, you can swim and stuff. I think a game like Immortals, Phoenix Rising, does more Breath of the Wild with its climbing and with its aspect than Assassin's Creed, you know. They're all kind of variations, though. I think Breath of the Wild looked I think Nintendo looked at kind of like what Assassin's Creed was doing a little bit too, like with its towers and how that game flow. I think a lot of people look at Assassin's Creed and say, let's make this, but let's make it not suck. You know, and I think that's why we see, oh man, Breath of the Wild is way better than Assassin's Creed. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is way better than Assassin's Creed. Like, people have been looking at some of these newer games coming out and like, oh, that's like Immortals. I think is better than any Assassin's Creed game that I've played, and I think it's because they look at what Assassin's Creed and like some of the bad things about it and say, let's not do that. Whereas like Assassin's Creed, like, hey, let's look at what makes Assassin's Creed and let's continue doing Assassin's Creed. It's like Assassin's Creed doubles down on what makes people not like it, but there are so many people that like the Assassin's Creed formula and what it does, they'll just buy it without even thinking. They're like, man, there's a lot of bugs, glitches, problems, this, that, man, but I put 90 hours into it and played it. It's like they're a slave to Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed fans are literally chained to Assassin's Creed. Like, they'll continuously complain about these same things that they hate in a game every single time, and will continuously just buy the same game and play it and complain about the same stuff. They legitimately like don't care. Assassin's Creed fans, they don't care. It's almost like Call of Duty. It's just, I'm gonna buy this game regardless. I mean, it could, Assassin's Creed, you could open the case and a freaking trap gun could shoot you in the shoulder, and you probably, hardcore Assassin's Creed fans would probably at least start the game before they called the ambulance to come get them or something. They'd be like, I've got a bullet hole, but maybe that's part of the experience of Assassin's Creed being great. So let me just, I'm losing a lot of blood, but Assassin's Creed it's part of the experience. Okay, somebody call, I'm not having fun right now, but I have to play. Like, that's Assassin's Creed fans. Like, literally, like, you'd have to literally kill them for them not to say, like, to not buy the game. They'd have to be dead in order to not buy the game, because that's what Assassin's Creed fans do. It's the same stuff every single time. They just don't care. Yeah, COD fans are very similar. COD fans are very similar as well, you know? I really hope Horizon Forbidden West actually adds a free climbing mechanic, but I think it will have a free climbing mechanic because of the trailer that they showed. Unless that was BS, you know. Yeah, like Jordan is forcing himself to finish Assassin's Creed. Yeah, pretty much, man. I saw like Mr. P.O. was like, oh yeah, this game crashed, glitched, bugged on me 5 million times, and I 100%. I'm like, bro, y'all put yourself through all sorts of torture for and like I play Assassin's Creed. I've played Assassin's Creed games, and I would never put myself through Assassin's Creed combat isn't good enough for me to sit there and put myself through bugs and glitches. Like, in order for a game for me to put myself through crashing, bugs, glitches, and all that stuff, the game has to be superior. It has to be really, really, really good or unique. There's nothing really, really good or unique about Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good enough. There's too many games that do too many other things that are better than it for me to sit down and waste my time going through an Assassin's Creed game. You know, like, they need to fix it. They need to fix it if I'm gonna go through it. Same thing with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk isn't good enough. It's not unique enough for me to get through it. You know, for me to get through it and have to like not deal with all the crap. You know, so like, fix it first, then maybe I'll play. Dragon's Dogma is better combat than the whole Assassin. Oh yeah, absolutely. Dragon's Dogma is way better than Assassin. Oh my God. Dragon's Dogma smokes Assassin's Creed. It's not even close in my opinion. Dragon's Dogma is way better combat. Way better. And it's nowhere near as glitchy or buggy as Assassin's Creed. I mean, it has its issues here and there, but Assassin's Creed, like, let's say Assassin's Creed on the Switch, or even like the one that's on the PS4 and Xbox, or sorry, not Assassin's Creed, Dragon's Dogma on the Switch, Dark Arisen, or like the PS4 and Xbox One ports, really good. They fixed a lot of stuff. No, I haven't been playing Borderlands 3. I think I'm kind of done with that game. If I hit a game, I'm not putting myself through it. Well, they like the game. I think they like it. It's just, you know, you've already spent your money on it. You're already invested. Might as well just kind of see it through. You know? Might as well just see it through. I think I have old digital codes for Black Flag and Unity. Black Flag, people say that's the best one because like the pirate theme. Which is, I mean, I play Black Flag. I think that might be the best one. So yeah. What happened to your playthrough of AI summoning files? Bro, I got too busy to play through that whole game. Did I say that I played through the whole thing? I don't remember me saying that I played through the whole thing, did I? If I did, yeah, I got way too busy. What's the port of the Ezio trilogy on the Switch? Man. I wish you capitalized the B in your name, Blaze Bradley. I'm actually more wishful for something like that than them pointing over those crusty ass Ezio games. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I could care less about the old Assassin's. Those games are horrible. Oh man, those games are horrible, dude. Like, didn't we already have this discussion when Chips and Sticks was here? I think somebody brought up Batman, how Batman Arkham like crushes, like Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum like absolutely crush like the Assassin's Creed game. Oh my god, they need to port those old Batman now. Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham Knight, or Batman Arkham Origins. Now they need to port those games because those are really good, high quality games. Well, at least Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Asylum are. Batman Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Knight. I don't think those are as good as the other two games, but they're still pretty good. Still pretty good. Still pretty good. They try to make something that really shouldn't be a yearly franchise into a yearly franchise. The biggest problem with Assassin's Creed. Well, it's not exactly always yearly now, isn't it? It's like every 2 years, is it? When did Assassin's Creed Odyssey come out? Odyssey came out in what? Wait, or is it yearly? No, that was 2018, right? For Odyssey? Yeah, Odyssey came out in 2018. And then Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out last year. So they're doing like every 2 years now, right? Gotham Knights is a must cop. I gotta see the game first. If it sucks, then it might not be. I've been waiting forever for those games to be ported. They need to happen. They need to happen, man. I need to make a video on that. I need to make a video on that. So I have a complicated Assassin's Creed games until I haven't completed Assassin's Creed games until I got the Syndicate and stopped playing because those buggy and glitchy Syndicates trash. Syndicates, absolute garbage. Syndicate is absolute dookie, man. This Syndicate's trash. Man, you know what's harder than getting some of these special editions and stuff from. You guys ever tried going shoe shopping? Bruh, I'm telling you. For Jordans, I swear, I get these alerts for Jordans, and as soon as I click on the link, they're gone. Except for this, you can get some of these red and white Jordans. They only have men's size 8. So only for a little boy. Who's a full-grown man and wears a size 8? I mean, I know they're out there, and I'm not trying to hate on you if you wear a size 8, but why are they making size 8 for men? Like, size 8, like, what's up a little tiny feet? I get it, there are people that are small, but gosh, man, a size 8? Like, make more size 11s, make more size 10s, 11s, 12s. Talk about size 8. Little baby feet, man. Like, how many of the, I always see they got size, like, how much production are they wasting on size 7 and 8s? Who do you think will be my favorite character in Bravely Default 2? Elvis? I don't know if I'll have a favorite character. We'll see. I gotta see their personality more. Like, who says I'm a size 7? Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that because I know there's probably hella people here that wear like size 7 and 8. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. So I think so I retract what I just said here, guys. I really retract that. Sorry about that, all right? It's just my frustration from being a Air Jordan 1 fan and literally never being able to buy the shoes at all. Like a simple red and black Air Jordan 1s. It's like, why are those so popular? Like, why can I not? Like, they literally make none of these shoes. They literally make none of them. Like, there's no way, like, that company's worth billion. Jordan company, Nike's worth so much money. And like they put out like every single drop, there's like 5 size 11s. Like, this is ridiculous. Took longer time for you on shoe sizes, bruh. Cause I'm 5'7", so size 8 in my shoe fits me. That's still even for being 5'7", I think that's still you have tiny feet. Because I'm only a couple inches taller than you. I'm 5'9", but even when I was 5'7", I always wore a bigger shoe size than you. Because when I was 5'7", my senior year in high school, I was 5'7". And I grew a couple inches after. I grew an inch the next year, and then I grew another inch when I was like 22 or 23. I randomly grew another inch. So yeah, and I always wore over. I've been wearing, like, I think when I was in like elementary, I wore like a size 9. Like when I was like I was 5'6" when I was in 6th grade. I didn't grow much after. I only grew 3 inches after when I was like 11 or 12. But I always, yeah. So you just have small feet. So I'm 5'8". Yeah, that's what I mean, if you're 5'8", you know, 5'7", 5'8", I mean, usually people have, you have maybe wear like at least like a 10, maybe like a 9. So, I mean, if you're 5'7" and have an 8, you just have tiny feet, which is okay. Nothing wrong with tiny feet. You just have tiny feet. My brother is 6'2" and wears a size 9? What? He's way too tall for his shoe size to be that small. I've never seen somebody 6'2" and only wear a size 9 shoe. Tiny feet. If Bucks win, you think Brady's retiring? No, because he signed a 2-year contract. I'm size 9.5, but I have a hard time finding wide and flat shoes. Oh, okay, yeah. What's up, Jacob? U.S. men's shoe size equals +1. You're okay. Yeah, I forgot. Karen's in the U.K. I forgot. Karen's in the U.K., so it's completely different. The shoe sizes are different. I mean, I wear 11. I can wear 12 in some shoes, but I wear 11. Still, I don't care. Like, trying to buy Jordans is just so stupid. It's just stupid. Just stupid. Also, Chains of Astral donated $1 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry about that, Chains of Astral. And he says, hey, OJ, did you read about the interview with the director of Astral Chain? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I read about the interview. My thoughts are it's interesting. It's very interesting. Thank you, Chains of Astral. I appreciate you. Yes, I played Kid Icarus on the 3DS. I don't play music, guys. I'm not a fraudulent person. If there's something in my playlist, that means I've played the game, or I know, like, I've played it. Hold up. That means I've played it. So I don't play a lot of music from games that I don't play. Ian77900 with the $6.99 Canadian maple syrup dollars. Says, hey OJ, glad I'm finally able to super chat. Times have been tough. Hey, look, man, don't feel the need to donate if you can't. I appreciate you guys just hanging out with me, talking. But I do appreciate any support that I do get. You guys know I appreciate it, but don't feel bad or anything if you can't. But thank you for the $6.99, man. I'm glad that you're in a better spot now, though. That's what I'm more, concerned about. You guys being able to, take care of yourselves. But thank you for your content. It's been amazing. Song Turtles in Time, Sewer Surfing. All right, man. I used to rent Turtles in Time over and over and over and over and over. It was one of my favorite games back in the day. Ninja Turtles was just sick. It's so sad to see the state that the Ninja Turtles video games are in, because I swear to you guys, a lot of you young kids, you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I swear to you guys that Ninja Turtles used to have dope games. Like, used to have, like, bangers. Like legit, it was, like, AAA. And I know that sounds weird as hell. I know it is, but trust me, at one point, people considered Ninja Turtles games, like, high quality. Like, really good. You know? But I guess it's sad now, because that is not the case. That is not the case anymore. Turtles in Time, the arcade game, both of those, man. Seems a little loud. It's too bad the Ninja Turtles movies aren't that great. What are you talking about? The Turtles movies are awesome. What are you talking about? The old school ones are really good. I even like some of the newer ones. Not all the old school ones, though. Big Daddy Tippa with the $1. Thank you so much. And he says, here's $1. Don't spend it all in one place. Play Golden Sun Battle Theme. Thank you so much for the Big Daddy Tippa with the big $1. Let's see here. Have you read the most recent comics? I don't read the comics. And why would you give us a spoiler alert for those who haven't read it, or if they're going to? So I'm gonna put you on timeout. Shinru's donated $1 and says you get to keep any power up from the Mario series. Which one you taking? Any power up from the Mario series? If I can keep any power, it'd definitely be like the Tanuki, because I can fly. So the Tanuki suit. I remember playing Paperboy on the NES. Paperboy was good. We're in also random Q&A, so go ahead and tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag purchase PlayerEssence by itself. I guess the cape would probably be better, because I want to look like a stupid black raccoon instead. I can just like wear a cape. So yeah, never mind. Maybe the cape. Yeah, cape. Yeah, cape would be better, because I look ridiculous, like with the freaking, got some freaking ears and a freaking tail, running around, going around the. But then again, you look stupid as hell in the cape too, because in the cape you'd be like, wow. You look dumb as hell in the cape too. Just imagine a freaking black dude or a brother just going wow, wow, wow. You look dumb regardless, so I guess it doesn't matter how you look. Shinru says Starman for me. I can smash other cars out of the way. More like you can get arrested as soon as the Starman runs out. You know you'd kill people, right? You'd melt them to acid if you hit if you ran into somebody with a Starman. You know what's gonna happen to them, right, Shinru? You know they're gonna die instantly. If you have a Starman and you run right into them, you're going to kill them. They will be dead. It's not like the video games where it's just or you'll literally melt them. You'll disintegrate them if you ran into somebody with a Starman. So you'll be in jail, and remember, it's in intervals. So you'd have to stop at least for a little bit and then activate it again. Yeah, bro, I lost my job due to COVID. Video games and your streams and videos have really helped me more than you think. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, Ian. So did you get a new job then? You get something back? Hopefully you did, right? Probably the cherry, since essentially it's shadow clones. Yeah, the cherry would be cool. Cherry would be cool, but as soon as somebody touches you, I guess it'd be gone, right? Like, but yeah, the cherry. I'd have to know the stipulations of the cherry, right? Because the cherry doesn't last through the whole level, you know. Elo, we know why you really want the Tanuki outfit. Wait, why would I? What's the ulterior motive for the Tanuki outfit? Imagine the frog suit would be dope. Shout outs to Dan Serve with $1.04. It says, I think this is $1 in Mexican pesos. It's not much, but just to show my appreciation. Yo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $1.04, man. I appreciate it. If you guys have random questions or comments, feel free to tag me in the chat and we can get into those. Be more than happy to answer those questions. Shinru says, oh, yeah, you don't know what would happen if you hit somebody with a Starman? What do you think would happen? Would they fall asleep? Wasn't Xenosaga supposed to be a prequel to Xenogears? Maybe. I didn't really read the lore too much to it, but I don't think so. Hey, I'm glad that you're feeling better. Shadow King. Sam Morris 789 says hi. Hi, Sam. What time is Mario Kart? Just making sure. Mario Kart, we're probably gonna play like at 3, because we just got the random Q&A. We started up a little bit late today, so probably like at 3 my time, so 6 your time. Look up the image of Tanuki Japan lore. Tanuki Japanese lore. Okay. There's a lot of different stuff that's popping up, but I don't see why this would be. I'd be more inclined to like this based off of the lore from Japanese lore with Tanukis. Oh, the balls. Okay, I do see. Hold up, I see one picture that kind of has that, but that's not the reason. Like, why would I want? I don't want huge balls. Like, what? I don't want that. Like, it'd be hurt when you run and stuff like that. I'm good. Do y'all want? I don't think any of you guys want that. Oh, you know why you want that Tanuki suit, my guy. It's okay. But the Tanuki suit is not a Tanuki. It's not a traditional Japanese Tanuki. It's not an actual Tanuki. It's just the freaking outfit. It's not an actual Tanuki. The more I look at Ghosts and Goblins art style, the more it kind of grows on me. I think it'll grow on people, especially when you start playing it, because the game's going to be really addictive and fun. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing with Ghosts and Goblins. Art's a little weird at first. What do you think about the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night? I think it's mediocre. At least on the Switch. Maybe other versions are alright. I would like Fire Emblem Warriors game, but with the 3 houses characters and worlds. Maybe we get that one of these days. Oh, I watch too much anime. Was every Tanuki that has used balls for comedy? Oh, okay, yeah. None of the animes that I've watched have Tanuki in them. My favorite Tanuki suit is Mario Bros. 3, of course. That's the OG of Tanuki suit. Okay, so I see what you were saying, Dan Surf, because you gave me $21 in Mexican pesos, which is about $1. Got you. Or 21 in Mexican pesos. Got you. Shinru with the $1 donation and says Tanuki statue. Oh, you mean that? Okay. Not the raccoon, but the Tanuki, the statue. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, my bad, I mixed them up. The statue, yeah, that one's okay, but it's stupid in real life. What would you need to turn into a statue for? Like a statue like that looks like you. That's dumb. But yeah, it's cool, I guess. Shin with the $1 says, okay, what about the Mega Mushroom? Stomp on anything and everything. Nothing can stop you, OJ. Yeah, once again, there's no need for a Mega Mushroom. All you're going to do is like, what if you ate a Mega Mushroom and you're outside and you're like, oh, ha, 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 ha. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to just stomp, are you going to stomp on people's cars? Are you going to destroy property? What are you planning on doing? And then all you're going to do is just going to get shot. Somebody's just going to shoot you. So you're going to be like, ah, you're going to be stomped. People are just going to pull out guns and shoot you. So then you're just going to die. Nothing says that you can't get capped, even though you're a big dude. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to get capped multiple times. So, I mean, once again, if you said pick a power up that you can actually, like, you know, that would be, that you would have, like, forever. Mega Mushroom is not something that I don't want to turn into a big old huge OJ. Like, that doesn't do me any purpose unless I want to be evil or something and start stomping on people and all that, then I'm just going to get shot. So that's why I would pick, like, something to where it'd be, like, useful. Like, I can fly. Yo, you know what would be sick? If I can freaking fly to places. That'd be dope. If I can run really fast, jump up and fly, who wouldn't want to do that? Everybody wants to be able to fly. Like, don't you want to be able to fly? That's a dope power. You know? So I would take that over turning into a Mega Mushroom. We're not in a video game. You said real life. We can't destroy things like we can destroy things in real life. I mean, you can in real life, but there's consequences for what you do, you know? Nobody is going to do anything. Like, if I fly, that's not hurting anybody. I'm just flying, you know? This is a way to power up in real life, dude. The star, it's no debate. Once again, what are you going to do with that star, Dawson? How is it no debate? Are you gonna run into people with that star and kill them? Are you gonna run into things and destroy stuff? Like, what are you gonna do with that star? That's why I wouldn't pick like a fire flower or any stuff like that, because all that stuff is to hurt people. It's just, what are you gonna do? You're gonna melt somebody you're gonna disintegrate somebody with the fire flower? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it? You guys are gonna hurt people? Is that what you want to do? You guys are gonna get shot, all of you guys. You start getting fire flowers and start getting all these different power-ups and start using them against people, or accidentally, people are gonna get hostile. They're gonna call the cops. You're gonna get shot. If you're just this big dude that's just stomping on everything, they're gonna call the cops and you're gonna get shot. If you pick a Starman and just start running through and start running into things, they're gonna capture you and they're gonna shoot and kill you. You're gonna be in trouble. You guys don't realize that. You guys said pick one for life. That type of stuff doesn't help you in life. That does not help you in life. Bro, of course, but I'm invincible. Then I'm just gonna go out there and buy. So you're evil, Dawson. So you're evil. So if you got the power that you could obtain to hurt people, you wouldn't use it for good. You would use it for bad and hurt people. Wow. How does shooting firefighter help you in life? How does a Starman help you? Did you get money if we spend on Twitch points? I've always wondered. No, Twitch points don't do anything. Mega Mushroom gives you brief invincibility, but what are you gonna do with it? Cherry propeller mushroom and cape. A propeller would be pretty cool because like you can use that and just be like, you would never need a ladder for anything, that's for sure. Gold flower, you know that's right? Nah. Oh, wait a minute. Gold flower. Wait a minute. Okay. So a gold flower, you can turn anything to gold with it. Yeah, that would be actually dope because then you can become super rich. So you can just turn things into solid gold and then sell them. So yeah, that would actually be a really, that's probably the smart. If you're trying to get rich quick, then yeah, a gold firefly would be it. Says Doc, I get dizzy after one spin. No thanks. I think the propeller hat has a built-in anti-dizzy. anti-dizzy thing. It has to. Frog suit. As I'm a frog that can swim. Well, your name's Roggy Froggy. You'd be a fraud if you didn't take the frog suit. Alright, take it easy, hentai rescuer. Mega mushroom would be my fun item. That'd be the fun item. Mario power up, yeah. Mario propeller suit is definitely most useful. Dude, the gold firefly would be pretty dope because like you can just be like, yo, here's this amiibo. Boom, hit it with the gold, hit it with that gold. It turns into a solid, real gold amiibo. And then you can sell them. So that would be extremely useful. So don't you sometimes want to go crazy, OJ? Just break free from society for a bit? No. Do I want to hurt people? No, no. Like, do I want to, like, do I feel like sometimes, like, I want to, like fight? Like, yeah. But that's, like, not kill people, though. I don't want to kill people. Like, fight? Yeah, sure. But I don't want to, like, hurt people to where they die. I'm not down to kill people. I value life. Is the 1-up is the 1-up mushroom actually a power-up though? I don't think it's a power-up. So yeah, if you had a superpower, you wouldn't need to be rich. The only power alone would give you God status. Well, you say you wouldn't need to be rich, but it's, I guess making money is just part of life, I guess. So you still need to be able to, like, you know, afford to live in a house and buy food. Just because you have a superpower doesn't mean you don't get hungry. Or you can't, like, buy food, or you don't have to provide for a family, right? Like, get on with the $2. It says, does 8 from Mario Kart count as a power-up? The crazy 8, I don't know, do you guys consider Mario items power? I'm talking about Mario games, not like Mario. Like, I don't consider like a green shell a power up. That's like Mario Kart is completely different from like a Mario game, you know? Thank you for the 2 though. Just because you're super doesn't mean you can avoid paying taxes. We ain't Yoshi. Yeah, I mean, you still gotta pay taxes. You still gotta eat. You still gotta live. I mean, having a superpower doesn't make you like, oh, I don't need to live in a house. I don't need to sleep. I don't need to do all this other stuff. It's like, yo, you still gotta operate. Thanks, Matt Drake. This is my girlfriend Rosie says hello. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Matt. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. Thank you for the 2 though. It's not killing people. It's just they in your way, and you hit like Mario Kart. Yeah. But unlike Mario Kart, this is real life, and you'd be in trouble if that was the case. Hey, what's up, oh Billy? Good to see you here, man. Welcome to the stream. Double cherry, though, would be sweet. Be able to have multiple copies of yourself. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But the problem with double cherry is that it's not like shadow clones. Double cherry, anything the real you does, the cherry does. So when you go like this, everybody goes like this. Naruto shadow clones, it's like they're all independent. You can think independently from the hooks, right? So double cherry is like a really dumb version of shadow clones, like a really bad version of a shadow clone. Because remember, double cherry, everything that you do, the clone does too. So that's the problem. M Gamer with the $5 donation through Super Chat and says, is a hot dog a sandwich? Some people do consider a hot dog a sandwich because it's, you know, 2 buns in between the piece of, you know, of the hot dog meat, whether you're eating like a beef or a chicken or whatever type of hot dog that you're eating. So some people do consider it a form of a sandwich, you know? Hot dogs are tacos. Yeah, usually tacos don't involve bread, though. You know, tacos don't involve, like, sandwiches involve usually bread, right? hot dogs aren't they don't like involve like, you know, like a tortilla or a taco shell, because remember the name taco is Spanish, so you have to go based off of what Spanish people consider, like what they consider taco, and that would be like a tortilla, or that would be like a hard shell, you know, corn, flour, something like that, not bread. So yeah. It's only one bun. Well, no, it's two of them that's surgically put together to make it seem like it's one. Have you ever seen like a hot dog being made? It's not one, it's actually two. They take two individual ones, then they just kind of knit them together. And it's still bread at the end of the day. It's still bread. Taco shells and flour tortillas, I don't consider those bread. Like sandwich bread. I feel those bread. I don't think anybody says, hey, I'm gonna go buy a loaf of bread, and they come home with tortillas. Or like a taco shell. Hey, go get me some bread. All right, come home with some taco shells. But hey, if you guys want to say that it is, feel free. Beetle Bum, what's up? What's up, man? Hey, thanks for the follow earlier. I appreciate that. Wonder if cookies are considered bread. Yeah, why not? It makes it makes for an argument, right? Oh, tortillas and tacos and tortilla shells, those are bread. Okay. So go get some bread. Come home with taco shells. See what somebody says to you. Like, that's a taco shell. It's not bread what I'm talking about. You know? A taco's a taco. Sandwich is a sandwich. Bread. But hey, like I said, y'all think it is? Go ahead. Go home and tell everybody that, yeah, my taco shells are bread. Sure, why not? Sure. Have at it. I'm gonna go buy some crunchy thin crust bread. Returns with taco shells. Yeah? There you go. Shinru donated $1 and says, okay, how about any weapon from any game or movie? I'd have either a lightsaber or Mega Buster. Any weapon or from any game or movie? Oh man, that's a loaded question. Lightsaber or Mega Buster? Any weapon. I mean, there's a lot of cool weapons. I think probably the Monado. You know? Thank you for the dollar donation. Yeah, the Monado, because the Monado, it's so god tier. So yeah, I would say the Monado. Fajitas are better than tacos. Fajitas? Fajitas are like the chicken and like the bell peppers and all the things they put into it. So, well, hard taco shells aren't really bread, but I can see an argument for tortillas maybe. I don't care, man. If you guys think that tacos are sandwiches, then that's fine. If you guys think that a regular bread, if some people want to sit there and say that a taco is like a regular bread, like a sandwich, and people think it's the same, that's fine. No problem. I don't really care. Think whatever you want. Soda bread is awesome. Yeah, we're playing cart in like 30 minutes. What's up, D'Amico Velas? Just got here. Why did you get here so late? Just y'all are weird. It's gamers. Gamers are always weird, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with being weird. Nothing wrong with being weird. What about a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell? You know Taco Bell is not real Mexican food, right? let's see here. Well, rappers do stack chips or bread interchangeably. Okay. Oh, okay, just messing with you. I know you guys are messing with me. It's just a silly topic. I know you guys are messing though. I mean, this is obviously messing around, right? Like we're talking about tacos being sandwiches. You guys, and all like, let's just be real here. Nobody's. Oh, I'm going to a sandwich place. Oh, here's your taco. You know what I'm saying? Here's your taco sandwich or whatever the case is. Like, I know you guys are just messing around. We've been in Q&A for a while. Hot takes and Bayonetta and DMC grading criteria. Do people care about that? But go ahead, D'Amico, or Dameco. Dameco, go ahead. A burger is a burger, not a sandwich. Isn't a burger a form of a sandwich, though? I think a burger more entitles kind of like the type of food that it is. Like when you're talking about like a burger, it's like the type, like the bun, right? It's a burger bun. It's you know. But I feel you on that one though. Compared to like a sandwich is like, okay, like a sandwich is like the wheat bread, like the square wheat bread or white bread or whatever you're having there, you know? Or even like Subway, right? Whereas a burger is like, you know, usually like some type of like the way that they cook like a burger patty, right? Or like a chicken patty that's like that, so. But yeah. Take it easy, Michael. Thanks for coming out to the stream. I think a sandwich is just basically that. A sandwich is it's two separate pieces of like a bun, right? And then you have like whatever. That's what like essentially at the base, the root of it. Burgers kind of specify a little bit more, but sandwich is essentially just two pieces of bread, usually one on the top, one on the bottom. Then you have all sorts of types of stuff in between, right? Different types of meat, or even like, you know, lettuce, tomato, pickles, onion, whatever. That's kind of like what a sandwich is at the end of the day. So I was watching a buddy play DMC5 and noticed they only grade based off of variation and length of a combo. Bayonetta grades on 3 levels: combo, time, and damage taken. Bayo's more strict. Yeah, I mean, potentially. Is that really a hot take, though? That's kind of like the facts, though, right? Felipe, what's up, man? Welcome. That's why people think Americans are stupid. People think Americans are stupid based off of lots of things. I think we're gonna start up. We're gonna start up Mario Kart today because I actually have a couple of things that I just remember that I gotta do too. What? Shinru says, "Isn't the Monado a lightsaber, but for anime?" When I first saw it, I was like, "How did Disney let a lightsaber knockoff happen?" Disney doesn't own the rights to anybody making like a beam katana, because like No More Heroes is more of a lightsaber than the Monado is. No More Heroes, like, it's pretty much like a saber, but Disney doesn't own the rights to anybody having like a glowing sword of energy or anything. Like, Disney can't sue for that or anything like that. Anybody can make a lightsaber. But thank you for the $2 though. But the Monado is more than just that though. Yeah, so let's get into Mario Kart right now, because I just noticed that we need to play it because I've got something that I've got editing that I've got to do. I got a couple projects that I got to do. Let me get Mario Kart from my thing over here. I really need to buy Mario Kart Digital. I've been saying that for a while now. Like it really needs to happen where I buy Mario Kart Digital. Because this is just, I'm so lazy and I'm tired of actually switching to Mario Kart. And now I can't even find the game. Oh, there it is. I have to head out. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm excited for Cyber Shadow. Yeah. I want to get a review copy for that. Do I like pizza? Dude, I love pizza. It's my favorite food. You lose Mario Kart every Monday. Thanks for letting me know. I thought I played just for fun. I didn't know it was competitive. I'm freaking trying to be the best Mario Kart player ever. But hey, thanks for informing me. You're so vast with knowledge. You spelled lose wrong. Some people just say some dumbass stuff in the chat, like it's irrelevant, like stupid stuff in the chat, like like what is it? We're here to have fun and play the game. You lose Mario Kart every time. Like your mom loses every time. What the hell, bro? Like a lot of people say some stupid stuff in the chat. All right. Hopefully this works. Let me check. Oh man. Mario Kart. I swear this breaks every time. Every time that I start up a stream, it breaks. Like literally every time. I can't go a stream without this breaking. Yeah, it breaks every time, guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we can play like this. Hold up. Oh, wait. No, it... What happened to the rest of it? Okay, there we go. We play like this, guys. There you go. Wait, hold up. Hold up. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. Almost. All right. Let's go to tournaments. No, obviously I can't play like this, guys. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you guys. All right, guys, it's broken. I'd have to end the stream and then see what I can do to fix it again. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna do this because I just don't feel like, because I'd have to download updates and do all sorts of stupid stuff, and I don't know what's wrong with it because I already downloaded the latest updates beforehand. I think there's an update that literally resets every single time that it doesn't install it permanently. It must be. That must be it. Excuse me. So, oh my God. So here's what I'm gonna do. We'll do this. We'll end the stream right now. I'm gonna see if I can fix it permanently. I'm gonna call up Microsoft tech support, and I'm going to call up support with this. I'm gonna see if we get, because like I know what's wrong with it. There's a securities and there's a system BIOS update. Excuse me. That doesn't stay on each time that I start up my software. It changes or something alters it or it doesn't register, and we need to get that fixed more so than anything. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to end the stream for right now. I'm gonna get that fixed completely, and then we're gonna have a Mario Kart stream tomorrow. So we'll just add it in for tomorrow's stream. Okay, guys? Let me get this fixed permanently so it doesn't ever happen again. Because anytime I download the new update or download an update, it registers, but then it takes it off, or something happens to where it's not keeping it, because it's the same error that we get every single time that I stream. So I know it's the same thing that's causing the problem. So yeah. So okay. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. If I can get everything fixed for sure tonight, we might come back with the stream after I finish like a video or two. Some editing that I got to do. I might come back with the stream later, but probably not. So just look out for the stream for tomorrow. Okay, guys. Sorry about that, but we'll make it up for sure. We'll make it up. We'll play tomorrow. But I got to get this permanently fixed because it happens every single time that I start my stream. It happens, you know. So yeah. But all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you guys check out my most recent video. If you haven't already done so, check out my most recent video on the channel. If you haven't seen it already. It's really cool. It's a cool video. It's one of the best videos that I've ever done. Honestly, if you guys didn't watch this video, I would be upset. Like, I would be so upset if you guys didn't check out this video. You know? Like, I would be really, really, really upset. So please make sure you guys watch my latest video. But thank you guys for the support. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm actually kind of bummed about this because I wanted to play some kart with you guys. But all right, I'm gonna see if I can get it fixed permanently. I'm gonna call up tech support, and I'm going to get this fixed 100%. So, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Watch my videos and check out my video on the 38 new Switch games that are coming. If you haven't seen that video, which a lot of you guys didn't watch that video, I already know. A lot of you guys didn't. Check it out. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace out, y'all.